So today we will learn how to tell and how to write the time to the half hour. Our objectives for today is to tell the time to the half hour and to write the time to the half past, and also we will write or we will draw the hands for specific clock. So before we start with our lesson for today, I would like to revise with you what we studied yesterday. We said that we have two types of clock, the digital clock and the analog clock. We said also that the digital clock, it's the clock that shows the time on screen. So it shows the minute and the hour direct, so I can read the time very easy. But the analog clock, which is the clock which I have it on my screen, it contains numbers from 1 till 12, and also it contains two hands. We call them the minute hand and the hour hand. We said also that there is one hand shorter than other. The shorter hand, it points to the hour, while the longer hand, it's always show a point to the minutes. So last time we said, suppose that we have here the hour hand, which is the short hand, and suppose it's point at 3, while the minute hand it point at 12. So who can tell me what is the time? Yes, excellent, exactly. It's 3 o'clock. And also we said, if you remember, if the minute point at 12, I will write 00. So it means that the time it's exactly 3 o'clock. Let's go to another example. We will suppose that the hour hand it point at 7, while the minute hand it's point at 12. So who can tell me about the time? What is the time? Yes, excellent. It's 7 o'clock. So in all these situations, we have the minute hand, it's always point at 12. Today we will learn about what if I move the minute hand and it's not at 12. Today we will learn how I will read this time. So I need to know what is the difference between 1 hour and half hour. When I said 1 hour, I mean that if I started by 12, then the minute hand it's move starting from 12 till it reach again 12. This means that I completed 1 full hour. So 1 full hour equal 60 minutes. So please put this in your mind that when I said 1 hour, I mean 60 minutes. So now, what I mean by half hour? I mean by half hour, if I started by 12, I will not complete the full round till I reach again 12. No, it's mean that I will stop till the middle of the distance before I reach the full round. So it's mean that if I started by 12, I will stop at 6. So half hour mean I will not complete the full hour, so I will not complete the 60 minutes. I will only finish the half of 60 minutes, which is equal 30 minutes. So now if I asked you what is the difference between the half hour and the full hour, you should say that full hour mean 60 minutes, while the half hour mean only 30 minutes. This is one difference. The other difference is that the half hour it's point to number 6, while the full hour it point to number 12. This is the second difference. What about the third difference? The third difference, it means when the minute hand point to number 12, it means full hour. So when I would like to write it, I will write 0 and 0. While in the half hour, the minute hand, it will point to number 6, so I will replace it by 30 minutes. So I will write 30. Let's study together these examples. Let's start by the first one. Here I have, this is my clock, and as you can see here, the hour hand, it's between 1 and 2. But it's not pointing to the 1, and at the same time, it's not pointing at the 2. It's exactly at the middle between 1 and 2. What about the minute hand? Here, it's the minute hand, it's exactly at 6. So it's pointing to 6. How I will read the time like this? I will say that the time is 1:30, or I will say it's 1:30. What I mean by 1:30? I mean by 1:30 that the clock, it's already finishing 1 o'clock and it's moving half hour after 1 o'clock. So I mean by 1:30, it's at the middle between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. This is how I will read the time. Let's go to the second exercise. Here, the same. The hour hand, it's at the middle between 2 and 3. So it's not pointing to the 2 or 3. What about the minute hand? It's exactly at 6. So how I will read the time? I will say it's 2:30, or it's 2:30. So why 2:30? Because it's already finishing the 2 o'clock and it's moving half hour after 2 o'clock. And please, grade 2, remember that when the hour hand between two numbers, I just want to tell you this information to put it in your mind to not do any mistake. Here, when the hour hand between two numbers, I will choose the smallest number. So here, as you can see, it's between 2 and 3. So I will say it's half past the smallest number. Which one is the smallest number? Here I have 2, so I will say it's 2:30. Maybe someone will ask me, Miss, why you wrote here instead of 6, you wrote 30? I will tell you because you remember in the previous slide we say, I will represent the half hour by 30 minutes because half hour equal 30 minutes. So if the minute hand, it's pointing to 12, I will write 00. But if it is pointing to number 6, I will replace it by 30 minutes. Now the last exercise I have here, the hour hand, it's between 3 and 4. It's at the middle between 3 and 4. And the minute hand, it's exactly at 6. So I will say it's 3:30, or it's 3:30. So I will choose the smallest number, which is 3. If I want to understand it, I will say my clock, before it go to 6, it was here pointing to number 12. After it was here, it moved half hour, then it stopped here. This means that after it finished 3 o'clock, it go half an hour after 3 o'clock. This is why I said it's 3:30 or 3:30. I hope everything is clear and nothing confusing. Still, I will explain some more exercises, but while you are listening to the video, if you have any question, really I will be very happy to listen to your question and to answer you. Now let's see how I will draw the hands for 3:30. First, I will ask myself, it's not 3 o'clock. If it is 3 o'clock, the minute hand, it will be exactly at 12, and the hour hand also, it will be exactly at 3. Now, once it is half past, I should put in my mind that the our hand, it's not exactly at 3. It's moving after 3, half an hour. This means that it should be at the middle between 3 and 4. And when I said half past, it means that the minute hand, it's pointing to number 6. So this is how I will draw my hands. Again, the yellow hand, it shows the hour, which is between 3 and 4. If you draw it exactly at 3, your answer it will not be correct. Or if you draw it exactly at 4, also your answer will be not correct. But if you make it exactly between 3 and 4, this shows that you understand the lesson. And when I said half past, without thinking, you can draw the minute hand direct to number 6. So the time is 3:30. Here, half past 10. Again, when I said half past, I mean that the minute hand, it's pointing to number 6, and 10 means that the hour between 10 and 11. So it's not 10 and it's not 11. It's at the middle between 10 and 11. So I can say that the time is 10:30. Now I will send for you 3 attachments for these worksheets. This is the first worksheet. Here you should match between the clock and the time that shows this clock. In this worksheet, the time it will be drawn and the hands, and you should write which time it's shown by each clock. And the last worksheet, it will be this worksheet. I already give you the time. You should draw the hands for the minute and the hour for each time.